Hi, this is Portia, aka Lovabina, coming to you with a video. My very first video is going to be about my natural hair journey, so come along. So I'm going to be inserting some pictures and, other things just so you guys can have visuals on what I'm talking about and, just really get a good glimpse on where my hair used to be, where I am now, and, just really see the growth. Now, I guess I'll start, way back when I was a kid. I was one of those kids, I rocked braids and beads. I'd go to my friend's mother's house and she would do my hair, and I loved them. And anybody who had braids and beads remember the clink clack and whatever, but it was always bad when the rubber bands burst. That was all bad. But I wore my hair natural probably, I would say, up until the age of 7 or so, and I started getting perms. Now, this is something my dad did not want, but my mom, who did my hair most of the time, thought it'd be better that I have a perm so I can manage it. And that at the time seemed like a good idea. However, ultimately, I learned that perms are not healthy at all for your hair. At all. You might have a more increased manageability, as some would feel. What I've learned is that natural hair can be just as manageable. You just need a little bit more patience with it and the proper techniques. Because without the proper techniques, then you can end up either damaging your hair or just being dissatisfied, and just that impatience could really result in you just wanting to go back to having relaxed hair. So, needless to say, when I had my hair permed for the first time, it looked healthy. It had that shine, it had that swing. But over the years, as it was probably around the teenage age, I noticed that, my hair was stringy almost. If back in the day, and even to this day, there's many people that still use grease and stuff like that. I also always had a dry scalp. I'll tell you, it was real dry. I'll just put it that way. And it didn't help that I was putting grease directly on the scalp, so my scalp wasn't breathing and my hair was dry. So it'd be like snow and grease, and so it was also not a good situation. So fast forward a few years, and I went to college, and I went to a school in Philly. For those that know me know what it is, but I'll just say school in Philly. And I took a black woman course. Now, at this point in time, I didn't really have any particular stance on hair. At that point in time, all I really knew that I had taken care of on my head was relaxed hair. Or I would get a blowout at the Dominican salon. So that's all I had known up until that point. As an adult, at I think 19, 20 years of age, I hadn't done my own hair as being, in its natural state. So when I started taking this class, it really got me thinking about what was exactly my mindset behind being relaxed or not going natural. You can look at it either way. And, I really started looking, into the psychology, my own thoughts, my own mindset, my own experiences around hair, things that you can recall people saying in the past about, that girl in school that had natural hair, or, had a puff, and, how other people would look at that person. So the perceptions behind it and the social stigma, honestly, behind it. And I didn't start college long ago. I started college in 07, so it's about 10 years now. But, you would have thought it was like 1960. And actually 1960, people rocking the puffs, but there's a large social stigma. And to this day there is, and thankfully, natural hair is becoming more of a less stigmatized, more normalized thing, which I'm hoping is not just trending, because that's sometimes what happens too. But I hope that women are really truly embracing their hair and going natural, or at least looking to have healthy hair. You know, because I don't want to pass judgment on anyone. I don't want to be a natural Nazi, as they say, but just looking to have healthier hair. So getting back on track, I took this course called The Black Woman, and it was amazing. And I then, pretty much after examining and really analyzing my thoughts and my own perceptions, I decided to make the transition. So back in 2009 is when I started going natural. I went on YouTube. I found Natural85. She was a lifesaver. She still has an awesome YouTube page. You guys, I'll put all links below of any YouTubers I mentioned. I've been following her since 2009. Because what I knew is that I didn't want to be someone who got discouraged just because I didn't have the knowledge to take care of my hair. I wanted healthier hair, and I wanted to know how to take care of it and style it. So, you know, because I can't be looking crazy in these streets. So, and by crazy, I mean disheveled. Put that out there. But needless to say, so I went to YouTube. I researched the heck out of YouTube. I was on YouTube for hours trying to figure out, okay, whose curl pattern looked like mine? What moisturizer should I use? And at the time, mind you, Shea Moisture was still a very small market, actually more like Nubian Heritage. It was like these two very small companies. You saw them really only in like, I'll say urban hair stores, and you know, I'm from the suburbs originally, so a lot of that stuff hadn't, you know, you couldn't really find it. Really only African natural things you found in a hair salon, or not hair salon, but a hair beauty supply was shea butter or black soap. So pretty much options were kind of limited. I can remember the day I chopped my hair off, I actually had box braids. I had individual braids, and I was just fed up. I think I had transitioned for only about 4 months. And in the meantime, I did like, you know, twist outs to kind of make the change in textures more seamless looking. I did roller sets on my hair, and they looked great. They looked great, but it definitely got to a point where for the winter time, because I did end up cutting my hair off January of 2010. I believe it was January 25th, something around there, of 2010. And I was just fed up. So I literally took each braid and clipped it. And I was like, well, if my hair is cut a little bit lower than it should, oh well, because I just wanted it off. But when I tell you, it was so liberating. It was so liberating.